Morning, girls. How we doing? Back here with Chantel, Mariam, Everyday Mariam, Revert Mariam, everything like that. This is huge. Goober as well. Obviously, we're back with her. Huge Arab food breakfast, cheese and cream tawaya, and falafel, hummus, and chicken fillet. Very fancy. So this is like on the thumbnail. It's like another huge announcement, and like the picture of people doing like tug of war, and it's like it's exactly what she did last time with the Canada thing. Like, she came out, said, I need to go to Canada, but then it came out like an episode or two later, and she's like, but my life is here with my husband and Howie and Julia. My life is here in the Middle East, but I need to go home. What should I? And literally, it's going to be that again. Like, it's just so obvious. It is just so incredibly fucking obvious. That is what it's going to be. I did my sound check and just play because I was like, why are we not starting with our usual thing? And like the second I saw this, I was like, oh, okay, we're just doing that storyline again. Because here we go.
I think I confused people even more with this video.
I think I confused people even more with this video. Rubs her eyes like she's emotional. Yeah, 100%. That is exactly what she's doing. She's just doing exactly the same thing. Once again, where it's going to be a big song and dance. It is also 36 minutes long. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. So, in the last time, in 15 minutes, we got 500 words. I'm assuming we're going to get, what? What are we going to get? We're going to get 1,000 words this time. We're going to get 1,500 maybe. Ooh, we're going to push the boat out here. I honestly don't know how much this is going to be shown because I'm assuming a lot of it's going to be her very, very slowly eating, mumbling words, and it wasn't really that interesting last time. And it is just her realizing, because she got good views for the last one, way more than she usually gets. I think she got like 11,000 in a day, which for her is like skyrocketing fucking numbers. So she's just trying to like capture lightning in a bottle again. She also premiered this, which was weird because I saw that premiere going when I got home, and I was just like, huh? Why? Because I first thought she was live, and then I realized it's a premiere. She's actually premiering it. Also, and she got £4. She got a £4 donation. Fantastic. It's twice as much as she got for one of her recent live streams, so I guess it worked out well for her. Oh, let's go. Wow. Is that like her heart attack? Is her heart attacking itself or something like that? Look at the fucking state of this thing. Jesus fucking Christ. Like, she's trying to be all dainty and cute. It's like, when she's doing the video, like, I'm gonna confuse more people and act like she's so uber depressed and everything like that, but then she's still happy enough to put her little intro, like, tune in and her cameo plug. Like, okay. Wow.
Hello guys, salam alaikum.
Oh, you pretend to be depressed this time or not?
So, I have a very special meal. This is...
Well, I've seen this meal fucking so many times before. So we're not pretending to be depressed during this video. Then I say we're back to normal. A fucking gain.
Tawiya.
You know what? I think you did worse. What spelling is it? Tawiya or Tarwiya? Which one of the two? Come on.
I'll put the spelling here. Tawiya.
Did you?
It's a plate of different kinds of cheeses. We have like crab.
This bitch is eating like literally a wheel of cheese. Fucking Diabetes McGee over here eating a block of cheese.
Cheese with
go on.
Some za'atar olive oil, some feta, some cream, fresh cream, halloumi, and
so exciting.
labna. So
wow.
Yes, it's very delicious.
Cheese,
and with
cheese,
some vegetables.
cheese.
Mint and some jam in the middle, and we have some fresh bread.
Oh, of course,
we
fresh.
have some falafel and
of course,
pickles,
falafel.
and a chicken sandwich.
Imagine this has been like this is an Arab breakfast. Also, like I can just feel the diabetes going off hard.
And some hummus. I'm not going to eat all of this, but I'm going to
eat
some of it and then
come on.
So yeah, bismillah. Let's start. I'm going to start with falafel with the hummus.
Yes, Squeaker's here too. Hey, Squeaker. I'm gonna skip till we get to the point because she's gonna try everything individually. And be like, oh my god, it's so good, and then say she can't leave the Middle East because she loves her food so much. Probably. I'll skip till we actually get to the story.
I love falafel with pickle. So, a lot of you are not going to understand what I'm about to say.
Oh, Goober understood. Goober called her out fucking hard there. Like, Jesus Christ, a lot of you are gonna understand. I don't. We probably are going to because I think you probably did exactly the same thing 4 months ago. So I think we might understand whatever the fuck you're going to say, or she's being honest, say we're not going to understand because you will be saying it around mouthfuls of falafel, and it will take about 45 seconds for her to get between sentences.
Or where I'm coming from. And I know that.
Sure, bro. We've done this before. Come on.
So that's gonna happen.
Skip to it. Get to the
So
point.
you take the halloumi, you take the jam.
A lot of you guys are not going to understand. Look, it's going to be so difficult. See, what you do is you take a bit of bread and you dip it in shit. Like, fuck me. Like, oh, come on. Like, this is what I say. She's not even trying. She's not even trying with the depression thing. No one bought it last time. Everyone laughed at her for it this time. So this time she's not coming out and doing the whole, hey guys, I'm struggling right now with things. Now she's like, hey guys, how you doing? I know this is gonna be fucking stupid, like, but you know, I'm just gonna eat a whole pile of shit. Wasn't right. Just like dragging this out for you. She's not even trying.
I think it's strawberry jam. And you go like that.
This bitch seriously just taught us how to make a sandwich. She actually sat there and tried to teach us how to make a sandwich.
This is like an Arab breakfast, but it's like my morning, so.
A jam sandwich.
So I have another announcement.
I guarantee it's not even another announcement. It's going to be the same one again.
And I know people think I'm trolling and I'm doing this for views.
Well, you obviously are, yes. You are. That's why you suddenly premiered this one. It's why your videos are just titled, I have a huge announcement, that kind of shit. It's like, you literally are. Like, you are. Like, everyone calls it. Like, I'm sorry you fucked up so badly that no one bought it this time. Like, boo-hoo for you. Like, I don't know, you could just try harder.
But, so I'm going to try to explain the best I can.
Sure.
To make you kind of understand.
Sure.
And some of you just won't. How I feel right now, and how I've been feeling.
See the way every single, like, one of her videos now is like a mukbang. Every single one. We used to have a walking video, we used to have a cooking video, we used to have anything like that. Every single video recently has been a mukbang. And in my opinion, it is solely because, like, it's not even for feeders. I'm not even going with feeders. I honestly think it's because she knows people hate this. Like I said, I try and cut out as much of the eating sounds as possible, but even then, it's just, it makes, like, reacting less fun because you're sitting going like, so, I, eating, some, food, and it's just like, gee, you know, it's like just a pain in the ass, and it feels like it is just her doing it deliberately. The biggest problem is she doesn't seem to realize that it is just going to drive people away because people don't want to. Yeah, she'll have her very small feeder audience will stay, but for the vast majority of people, they won't. And like, she is just going to push away people, which is fine. I guess she can do that if she really wants to.
It's like I'm in a tug of war, okay? So like...
You said this before? You said this in like last
Canada,
November?
Kuwait. West, east. East, west. West, east. East, west.
I love she really does. She really likes to hammer this in because she is like mental. She really likes to hammer in like the West and the Middle East, where I'm now from. That kind of shit over and over and over again. Even though, like, it really doesn't make any difference. Like, the Middle East thing in particular, because, like, what does she know about the Middle East? What does she do in the Middle East? What does she experience in the Middle East? Like, I'm sure you could buy falafel in Canada. So her trying to do, like, oh, between Canada and Kuwait. She can't even say between my family and my husband. She can't even say something like that. It's the East and the West. It's like, bro, like, you literally just sit in your apartment either way. I don't really think it matters.
And it's actually very confusing for me because I come from Canada, right?
Really? Oh, wow. I'm glad she let us know that because I was confused. I honestly had no idea. But I'm glad that she's just wasting time by just, like, letting us know that. Because, like I said, this thing is 36 minutes long. I guarantee it has a lot of mid-roll ads scattered through it. Obviously, I'm not seeing fucking any of them because I'm a smart cookie like that. But, like, this is why. She is just stressing out, like, with pointless information. Like, it's a tug of war. Yep, you said that numerous times before. I'm from Canada. No shit, bro. We all know. You literally have no new viewers. So we all know. She's just saying pointless information just to stretch this out.
But when I'm in Canada, I miss my family here. And when I'm here, I obviously miss my family there.
You don't have a family here. Or there. Like, either really. Like, what do you have? That's the thing. Like, Pete's, like, will outright say, me and her, like, never talk. Like, we never talk. I haven't heard from her in ages. Because obviously she doesn't care. She doesn't care about other people. Her entire self-worth is in her YouTube account and having a man she can flex over her haters. That is her entire self-worth. So, she's, like, who does she miss over there? Her mom? I never hear her say a single positive thing about her mom. Her aunt, I guess. Her sister, who apparently doesn't like her, but I have no idea what their relationship is, but that's what everyone seems to say. She's the only one who's ever said, oh no, we do actually have, you know, we've grown to have a good relationship. Which, and if you say it like that, it probably isn't actually that good a relationship. And my family here, Salah, who most people don't even think lives with you, clearly doesn't like you. He sounds miserable anytime he's near you. Anytime. The 2 times he's done the Howie delivery, he doesn't sound happy to even fucking be in the room with you. And what, the cat that you hate and the 45th hamster? Like, what families? This is the sad thing. Because there have been times when I've been like, you know what? Maybe I should move out to a different country. Every once in a while I will think that. But, like, I have my family here and all. Trying to convince a girlfriend to move across the world probably also be rather difficult. But, like, you're just going like, oh, but I would have more, like, money if I ever went there, if I had more experiences. I'd really enjoy moving there. However, my family's here. So I do get that. A lot of people think like this, especially a lot of young people think like this, you know, when they do like a gap year and they go traveling for the gap year. So this isn't like even an unusual thing for her to say. It's just totally made up for her to say because it doesn't apply to her. Here's where the chicken fillet comes into this.
I get moments where
you want to draw out sentences as long as possible. That kind of moment. Like this one, right now, that we're experiencing.
I just want to go back to being a mess.
You're a mess.
Changing is a lot harder.
Okay, but you're like literally still like a mess like right now. I love her idea, like, because like obviously, like in my opinion, I think she's trying to trigger people. I think she's trying to upset people. I think she is coming out here and trying to be like, guys, if I go back to Canada, it's me going back to being a mess. But if I stay in the Middle East, I will remain a pious, holy woman that the scriptures will write about one day. I honestly think this is her trying to, like, annoy people. Because she knows, like, her entire audience is, like, a hate audience. She knows her entire audience is also from the West. I think this is her just trying to shit on the West and just try and get a reaction from it. So it's like, oh, okay. I'm really curious, where's your chicken fillet? I haven't seen that so far. Is that what the tinfoil thing is, or is this the backup sandwich?
I want to go back to just sitting on a reclining couch and being buzzed out of my mind and just Mario beating.
As opposed to, like, sitting in your gamer chair, buzzed out of your mind on food. Not Mario beating. That is the one difference, even though you... didn't she take her Switch? Did she took her Switch. So why can't you Mario bees? That seems like something you can just do here. And you're constantly buzzed out of your mind. Like, you're literally constantly non-stop on the shisha, you're constantly non-stop eating. That is your version of getting buzzed. Yeah, you're not getting high, but that doesn't matter to you. This is your fucking high. I like this cheese the most. Like, this, seriously, this is a 1.25. Did you see how slowly she's doing that? Like, you can't tell me this isn't deliberate. This is going to be a 1.5. This is going to be a 1.5 video because this, like I said, she caught lightning in the bottle last time. This is like, I'm not doing this for views or attention. I know everyone thinks I am, but this is literally all she's doing is for views. So I can't be arsed because she's just dragging it out.
But then I really think about it because you know I'm impulsive. And I think, do I really want that?
See, like I said, this whole thing is just very blatantly a troll. Like, the whole thing, very blatantly a troll. No one buy it. No one fall for it. It's very blatantly a troll. Because now she's suddenly not going back to Canada to fix her mental health and to get surgeries and to get an MRI, all that kind of stuff. Now suddenly she's acting like she's going back to live in Canada and stay in Canada. Now she's wording it like that. This is all just a troll. Do not fall for it. This is just for attention.
Do I really want to go back to...
Do I really want to go back to the mental health support, my family support network, getting better, like saving my life? Do I really want to go back to that? Oh, sorry, that was my claim yesterday. Do I really want to go back to getting high and playing Mario, which apparently is her new claim for going back to Canada? This is why I say, just don't buy it. This is so silly.
That. Instead of thinking of setting up a whole new life alone. On my own.
Why, what happened to the entire family circle that you have, who all want to support you and book your doctor's appointments for you, apparently, and go to your doctor's appointments with you, apparently. Haha, take that, Mr. Snowflake. See, my sister and family do actually like me, Mr. Snowflake. Yes, it was entirely for Mr. Snowflake's benefit, I guess, around me talking about her family. Like, this is just like, wow. It's so boring. It's like, come on, bro. Can we do something more interesting? Say that you had a fight with Salah. Make up something, and then in a week's time, come and go like, haha, I owned you all because we didn't actually have a fight. Obviously, people would still not believe it. They're still you just covering for it. But it'd be more interesting than this. Again.
And how can I leave my family here? Like, how can I leave?
What family? How can I leave my pita bread? How can I leave my pita bread? My family. I love, with that, she didn't even believe that one, though, herself. She is just looking at her pita bread when she's talking about her family.
I mean, my husband.
Oh, that. Thanks. We weren't sure what you were talking about. I thought you were talking about your fake roses. Well, I mean my husband. Really? Thanks.
And my pets.
You left your pets last time without a problem. I'm sure you'll feel fine about it this time. You've only known the new Harry for 2 days. It's fine.
I never said the healthcare was cheaper here.
You did, actually. Like, numerous times. Like, I honestly don't know how many times she said it was so much better and so much cheaper here because she was trying to dunk on the evil West because that's just, what she does. We literally did this cycle as well. This is also part of the last storyline. For anyone who is new to watching me in particular, or hit channels in general, she did all this last time as well. Like, this is literally what she said in, I think it was November time or late October. One of the two. No, it was November time. She suddenly started talking about how she needs to go out to Canada, but she's torn because she has a family here and a family there. It's so hard for her, blah, 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 blah. But she needs to go back to Canada to save her life, all this kind of stuff. And then she suddenly started talking up the Canadian healthcare system because she had spent the entire rest of the time in Kuwait shitting on it and saying how it was literally useless and broken and doesn't work at all, whilst the Kuwaiti healthcare system is the best in the world and also the cheapest in the world. We've done all of this before, guys.
I always don't remember saying that, which doesn't make sense because the healthcare in Canada is covered, completely.
By taxpayers. You pay tax, right? Oh, wait, no. That's why you don't want to go back to Canada, because then you might actually have to pay your fucking taxes.
But I remember how hard it is.
You get a family doctor, I assume you're going to say?
It's almost impossible to get a family physician.
Oh, wow. It's almost like we've literally done this storyline before. It's why I know what she's going to say, because we've done this before. This is 3 months ago, bro.
Anytime I would go to the clinic, if you don't go line up at 8 a.m.
And who would ever wake up at 8 a.m. apart from me recently, because I've been claiming I've been waking up at 8 a.m. every morning. Well, earlier than that, but actually to pray. But unless you go at like 8 a.m. to line up, it's like, then why don't you? Like, doesn't that make sense? Like, wouldn't you? The
clinic fills up very quickly.
Wow. Imagine.
Just like,
I don't know, maybe if more people paid their taxes, maybe they'd be able to afford more clinics. I don't know, I'm just saying. Like, I'm just saying. I'm not referring to anyone's tax situation at all.
It's universal, right? So there's going to be long wait times. No system is perfect.
Yeah. This is literally everything she said last time. Like, it's just like, oh. Again? Cool.
No matter where I am, I have to get a grip on a lot of things that have nothing to do with anyone else but me. But I'm just very torn.
Wow.
This is a chicken
sandwich! Thanks, Chantal. I'm just so torn about my life. Here's a sandwich. Okay. Fantastic. Why wouldn't you just roundly just pull out a fucking sandwich and just show it to me during this talk that we've had fucking umpteen times before? Wow, this is literally as boring and predictable as I thought it was going to be, of just this, like, how can I drag... Like, guys, we are a third. We're not even a third. We're nearly a third the way through this. What else is there even to say about all this shit, apart from, of course, sandwich?
Filling sandwich. I'm just gonna eat half. I don't have like a huge... This is like the first thing I've eaten today.
Sure, bro. Well, it is your breakfast. Do you want a gold star because you didn't eat anything before your fucking breakfast? So when she's in Canada, do you think she pays her prostitutes? You know, like Big Turk was apparently a prostitute. Do you think she actually does go back to Canada? Because like obviously she goes to get high. Like everyone's known that. It's been the most obvious thing in the entire world. But do you think she goes and pays her prostitutes as well because she clearly isn't getting it from Salah?
So,
Oh, she closed the container, guys. I'm convinced she's not going to eat any more of that sandwich.
the thing is like...
Sandwich. Yep, I told you. Sandwich. That's the thing.
I'm sorry that I changed my mind so many times and just confused people.
Well, apparently we haven't even got to the part of the story yet where you've changed your mind to do with this. So, fantastic. I'm so sorry, guys. I changed my mind. It's been, like I said, it's been a day. We all saw this coming. Everyone saw this coming.
I get my family's hopes up.
You got your family's hopes up. Jesus fucking Christ. The only thing that fucking ruined it for them was they just wasted a lot of money buying Febreze. That's all the fucking issue they had, was they bought a lot of Febreze for you coming, and they're like, oh, well, guys, we can keep this for the next time she shows up and sits on our couch. Trust me, guys, I drink water.
I prefer to have me close. They also just want me to make my own decisions to be happy.
No, they literally don't give a fuck about you, bro. How the fuck do you mess up constantly? Constantly! Sandwich!
Spicy.
Spicy. Thanks, Chantel. Thanks for letting me know. My family just want me to be happy, even though the last video was apparently like, I am so depressed, I can barely even eat or get out of bed, but I've just decided to, like, not actually fix that. And my family like, oh, okay, well, as long as you're happy. I don't think that's how depression works, but okay, bro. Pita bread. Jam.
Which, you know, I'm glad they think that way.
Bro, they literally don't even know who you are.
What I'm down about right now, honestly, why I seem down, is because of my indecisiveness.
What? That doesn't even... So like remember I said last time, like, the depression thing, it's like, oh, okay, so this is literally just gonna be a get out of jail free card so she can just change her mind next time she talks about this. Because that was just my depression talking, so now her depression was due to being indecisive about going back to fix her depression? I guess, because that's what the indecisiveness is about right now, is about going back to get mental health help to fix her depression. But the depression is because she's indecisive about going back to fix her depression. Okay, bro. Do you know what? That makes as much sense as the Terminator fucking timelines.
And it would be fine if it just affected me. It affects other people around me.
Like who?
That I love.
Is there anyone else around you? Like, I realize you are a celestial body, but bro, I don't think anyone's orbiting you right now.
So I'm gonna stick it out here.
Like, she is so desperately trying to convince us. See, the biggest problem is, like, obviously, like I said, everyone called us, no one's surprised. But the biggest problem is, as well, Boy Who Cried Wolf. Because we're all expecting, in a week or so, this is going to happen again. You know? In a week or so, because she's going to be like, I actually got some views. I got 11,000 views in a day. People fell for it. I trolled them like Amber Lynn does. And then the problem is, Amber then waits like a couple weeks or just never mentions it again. And then people say, wait, didn't you say you're going back to Canada? Amber Lynn would be like, what? What did you say? And I literally never even said that. That's how Amber would treat this. Because Amber just kind of lets like the hype die down itself in the background without her ever addressing it. Foodie, the literally next video being like, oh, by the way, I'm actually not going to Canada, I'm staying here. It's like, yeah, we know. I think the saddest thing is she's still trying to convince us that Salah exists. I think really that's it.
Even in Canada, I would isolate a lot.
You have no friends. Or... I want to go to Canada to be with my family. If I went to Canada, I would be by myself and alone. It's like, yeah, it's almost like we all guessed that, bro.
There's a lot of me problems I have to work on no matter what country I'm in.
Oh shit, bro. We can see you. She says that before deep-throating an entire falafel in one fucking go. There you go, bro. And then following it up, obviously, with 3 pickles. I'm amazed she isn't just licking up the cheese at this fucking point.
And Salah assured me, like, don't worry about...
Salah assured me he exists. I see him in my dreams sometimes.
Money for healthcare. Because
Sure.
I feel like a burden.
Sure, bro. Well, Salah should be fine to pay for your MRI because he could just randomly just drop cash, like $2,000 in hand, on a brand new phone because he's such a big baller, remember? Uber Eats gave him a bonus for smiling so much.
He's like, don't worry about that. If you need tests, we'll get them. Like, don't worry.
This is what I said. This is like probably the saddest thing about this entire thing. Not the clickbait Not the attempt to try and drum up attention to her channel because literally no one cares about her. Nothing like that. Not the pretending her family likes her, not pretending, I don't know, that she will miss her cat and hamster if she goes back to Canada. None of those things. The saddest thing still is that she's still trying to go with the Salah thing. I think that is probably the most depressing thing about Chantal. You're just like it's nearly too sad to even poke fun at because, bro, it is just fucking pathetic at this point. The guy who refuses to be in any of your videos, somehow paid him off to appear in 2 live streams, which was him awkwardly walking and being, hi. Yeah, here's the hamster. Yep. Hi, bye. And he's walking out again. And that's like her big, like, my husband moment. With him sounding like he wanted to throw himself out the window, but to do that, he'd have to appear on camera.
I don't know. I just feel bad, like...
Like, so far, you've made up having super diabetes. You've made up having sciatica. You've made up having a husband. You've made up that hamster still being the original hamster. You made up properly looking after your cat. You've made up looking after BBJ. I do know what, I genuinely do not think you feel bad about blatantly lying about going back to Canada. I think out of the scale of lies, that is just like, whatever.
So
pita bread. Am I right?
Anyway.
Is that us done? Are we done with this nonsense story now? Is the next 20 minutes just gonna be deep throating pita bread?
I don't know what to say. I know a lot of you are not gonna understand my love for the Middle East.
Because it isn't real. Like, it just
I
isn't.
never understood it until I came here, and I fell in love with it.
Well, most people can explain their love for it. Like, I think I could explain my love for, like, I don't know, rugby. I can explain why I enjoy playing rugby. Like, it is something I can actually, because it's something I do, it's something I enjoy. I can explain in depth why I like rugby, what I think about rugby, my experiences with rugby. The problem with you is when people say, okay, why do you love the Middle East? Oh my God, it's that so good. And like, I hear the call to prayer, and that's like, so nice. And that's basically it. Oh, yeah, also Middle Eastern food is cheaper. That one too. I forgot about that because she used to complain when she was in Thailand that Middle Eastern food was more expensive when they were in Thailand, and she couldn't wait to get back to Kuwait because it was cheaper. Yeah. We are currently just watching like a 450-pound woman who is claiming to have super fucking diabetes. Literally just sitting there eating carbs, dipped in cheese, and like fucking pure sugar. That is what we're watching right now. Even my toes are fucking tingling watching this. Like, holy
I also
shit.
have,
You have a point?
I feel like if I went back to Canada, I'd have to be burdened with like a legal battle against someone who literally stalks me.
Oh, okay. So, like, I'm not going back to Canada because I'd have to sue FFG, even though I claimed that I want to go back to Canada to sue FFG. Like I guess this is what I said. Like, can we try harder? Like, even like my feet are up on the desk now. That is how bored I am with it. It's like, oh, really? Oh, you'd have to sue FFG. I thought that's what you wanted to do. You were super excited about that. You were claiming that you followed all these different court cases that had gone on in Gorlworld, like DC and Hussey and people like that. And she claimed she had followed them in depth to like study them for her inevitable court case with FFG. But then during a live stream was like, oh, I wish I could sue FFG, but I'd have to be in Canada for that. Damn it, if only I could be back in Canada to sue FFG. And then people said, like, well, you could just do it via Zoom. She said, really? And it's like, yeah. Like, obviously. This is the woman who claimed that she was following those court cases, and in those court cases, they were done via Zoom. Like, so it's like, how would you not know this? It's so blatant. You're just trying to think of any excuse because you know you'd lose in a fight.
You could say, oh, whatever. The person doesn't stalk you.
Yep, she doesn't. Yeah, she does not. When Chantel's definition of stalking is like watching her videos and criticizing her videos, yeah, I'm gonna say she doesn't stalk you.
This psycho drove
Is this
from
seriously
their city.
going to be it? Is this seriously going to be it? Is this? Are we now just at the point of the video where it is just like her trying to now bait attention from the reactors? Like I said, because this is all for attention. This is all. Please give me attention. Come on, it's my birthday month. Come on, I want to go away and I want to pretend that Salah took me on a great, amazing vacation. So she wants to try and make as much money as possible so she can say that their next visa run was actually a secret birthday present from Salah. So that's why she's trying to drum up the views, trying to drum up the attention. That's why she did the premiere, because she was hoping for super chats during it, because that's pretty much the only reason to really premiere things is like really just to get super chats, because like, why else would you do it? Like, maybe for the community, but she doesn't have a community, so I don't know why you do it. Yeah, this is just to drum up attention. That's why she's randomly trying to throw some jabs at FFG here.
To where I was.
She drove from where she was to where you were. What? Also, you weren't there. Like,
To go check out somewhere I was shopping at. Doesn't matter the reason.
okay.
That alone is psychotic behavior. And it's happened more than once.
No, it hasn't. Like, it literally hasn't. The dispensary thing, like I said, people can have their opinion on. People can say that it's like cow tipping or it went too far or whatever. People can have their opinion on that. But like, it hasn't happened more than once. If she mentions a fatty fashion show, like the fatty fashion show, in my opinion, certainly was not cow tipping. Like I like it's a public event that Chantel was boasting about. Chantel would have loved if her Beezers had shown up for it. She would have loved. Like, honestly, like, it's something I've talked about before with the main guy who used to talk about, Boogie, where it's like, if he showed up at a convention near me or was at a convention there, would I go up and get a picture with him as, like, a guy, you know, I watch and, like, you know, online? What would I think about that? It'd be so weird for them to be just there. And for her, she literally went just down the road from FFG, and FFG showed up. Like, I'm sure if there were other reactors close by, they probably would have also gone to it, because it's a public fashion show. Like, she wasn't there, she didn't pull the fire alarm. If FFG went and she pulled the fire alarm or sat there screaming insults at Chantel the entire time or tried to protest it, I would think that's cringe and crazy. But going and just watching the fashion show, I do not think that's stalking at all. I don't think that's crazy at all. This is the celebrity. She's the one who claims she is the star of Gorlworld, but she's like confused that people want to show up and watch her do her only public performance ever.
So that's a small factor that I would have to deal with, and I just don't want to be in the same country as those people either.
Oh, so you sound nuts. So you genuinely sound insane. See, I don't want to go back to Canada to save my life because FFG's there. I don't know if FFG will take that as a win or not. She probably will.
I'm not physically afraid of the person. I don't have to deal with it legal matters.
You don't have to deal with the legal matters. You can choose.
Drift.
You can choose not to. like that's the thing. Because of course she has to say, well, I'm not scared of her. Because Chantel thinks she's a big boss bitch who'd beat up FFG because she's so cool and badass and everything like that. So she has to add that in so she doesn't lose like street cred. Because like Chantel is like a 40-year-old who for some reason cares about street cred, I guess, and looking cool and tough. But like, does she not realize it actually makes her more pathetic that she thinks that if she goes after Canada, she just has to sue her?
So, beyond that,
hello, backup falafel. How you doing? What else is hiding under that table there, kid? She's gonna fucking bring out a block of cheese and just grate it onto that hummus in a second. Like, what the fuck? You're only gonna have that one bit of the sandwich though, but you've got an entire bag of falafel lying there. Jesus Christ. I love how earlier on she's like, I'm not gonna eat all of this. And she's literally already pulling out backup shit.
those are my reasons.
What were the reasons?
Bring myself to.
What were the reasons? Were there any reasons given?
Living my life.
But you're not living your life. You're literally sitting in the same gamer chair you were yesterday, eating the same food you were yesterday. That is literally all you're doing. You're not actually living a life. Like, for anyone who's ever like looks at her and like feels any form of like, God, I wish I was in Q8, you don't want to be her. You might want to be in Q8, but trust me, there's nothing to be jealous of here. Like, at all. Like, at all. Like, literally, there's nothing to look at and go, oh, I wish I was any way like her. Because there's nothing good. Her reasons for not wanting to go back to Canada I have a hamster here. Like, God, what else? I have a hamster here. I don't want to wake up at 8 a.m. to get in line for a clinic, and FFG exists. Those are her reasons why she doesn't want life-saving treatment. You know what, bro? Fucking fantastic. Pop off. Those are great. I love them.
Without the support of my husband. You can think what you want of him.
He doesn't exist. I think he's a figment of your imagination.
But he's a very supportive husband.
He literally doesn't even exist. He literally doesn't even exist. Apparently he's never even home.
In a lot of ways.
What else you got? Even more? She got back a pit as well.
That I would miss a lot on a daily basis, you know?
Are you sure, bro? Does he wipe your ass for you? Is that how you support him when you're missing on a daily basis? I can't believe. How are you so bad at Pitta? Pitta is literally your entire existence and you're shit at Pitta. I can't believe. It is like, I'm not going to eat all of this. Every other fucking bite now is just her pulling just random shit out of her fucking, like, just like she has an entire pantry under that. She's going to pull out some fucking, I don't know, pineapples soon to flex on FFG. She's going to pull out an entire rotisserie chicken, maybe a shrimp ring. She's going to do an apple. She's going to push this out of the way once she finishes it, put an entire shrimp ring and start eating it.
I don't know why I'm explaining myself, but probably because I announced that I'm going to Canada and now I have to explain why I'm not.
Well, because you want attention, because like this, because it's just like the lamest clickbait. It was just like, that's it. It was like the lamest clickbait that literally everyone in the world called. I'm kind of bored now. Like I said, we're just dragging it out. It's just her over and over and over again, just saying the same thing as slowly as possible. Probably gonna start skipping a lot now.
And that's why I'm not. And that's my final decision. I will not be recanting because I can't keep doing that. I mean, obviously, if I really want to go back, I will, but
I guess I just have to include that because it's just like the cringest. Like, come on, like it cringes. I'm definitely never going back to Canada, except, well, I guess if I want to, and I do go back to Canada, I guess I will. Okay, this is the biggest problem Chantal has. Like, because she's doing this obviously for attention, obviously for views. Last video did well, so she needed to rush out to capitalize on it. She's too stupid, though, to do what Amber Lynn does and very slowly drip feed out information over a long period of time. She's too impatient for that. She's just, I need money now. I need to be able to pay for my birthday and pretend that it was Sally taking me on a nice holiday, even though it's obviously a visa. That kind of shit. She needs that, so she needs to do it, like, instantly. She can't plan ahead and slowly drip feed out things over time. But all she did was put money in the pocket of all the reaction channels she hates. Because they make the clickbaity catchy titles, and they're the ones getting all the views. They're the ones getting way more money than her. So it doesn't even help her clickbaiting. It's sad.
I feel like Foodie Beauty is truly gone. I think people who say that I'm bigger here don't remember the days when I first moved into the villa.
Bigger, like
I was over 400 pounds.
You're 450 pounds now.
I wasn't happy either. Less so. I didn't believe in God. I had a huge amount of apathy. I'm just disappointed. Like, I wish I wasn't so impulsive.
See, the thing is, it doesn't even work. The whole, like, impulsive thing, nice picture there. The whole, I just wish I wasn't so impulsive. It just doesn't work when everyone knows that this was calculated, that it was clickbait. It just doesn't work. Like, that's all I really have to say. Like, it's just why it's really, really boring. Her whole, like, oh, well, back in Canada, you guys seem to forget I was larger than I am now, which is just, like, visibly not true in any way. I also was depressed. Well, like, apparently last video, you were super depressed as well. It's just like, really, bro? We didn't? Yes, and I did just get up. That's why you heard me shouting at one point. Because I did just get up because I went and I've been like, I got a wee grip, like, strength trainer. So, like, it's just sitting there and I was in the kitchen. I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to go get that and just sit and work on this whilst I'm watching Chantal. Because I'm not doing anything else. I might as well just sit and work on my grip strength. So, there you go, guys. Now you know what's happening behind the camera.
That's my major beef with myself right now. Anyway. I will, try to stay focused on my marriage, Ramadan. By the way, I don't know why I have to even say this, but some people actually believe when I'm being sarcastic.
Is this about the houses? The wives, all that kind of stuff.
He doesn't sleep out of the apartment. We live together.
Sure, bro.
We are married. Again,
Sure,
we
bro.
have to legally be.
Sure, bro.
Ask the ministry yourself if you want to.
Sure,
Whatever. How are people going to believe someone who doesn't live our life over us? Like, or somebody who
Because you lie all the
has
time.
no proof.
That's it. Because you lie all the time. That's it. 'Cause you never have any proof. Because you lie all the time. Because your dates are inconsistent. Because you admitted that you had to play the loopholes. Like, especially because her argument always, every single time, because she watches reaction channels. We all know that. She watches them through anti-haters. She watches them directly. We are all fully aware of this. And anytime she ever brings up this argument of, well, how could we be living together if we're not married? Duh, guys, that's illegal here. Duh, you're all so dumb. We literally couldn't live together if we aren't married. And every single one then says, well, we don't think you live together. That's why. That's why. Like, so that's why we think you're not married, because you don't even live together. Like, yeah, if you live together, maybe you might have an argument, but we don't think you live together. And that is what everyone fucking says. And then she just never, strangely, addresses that. She always just goes to, how could we be living together if we're not married? Just like, totally ignoring the follow-up point everyone makes every single time. It's why it's cringe.
A lot of the time, you know, if we're not going out together, he asks me to come along with him. A lot of the time, I don't feel like it. I'm isolated because I self-isolate. I can go out anytime I want. Just say,
Sure,
can you
bro.
take me here?
Sure, bro. Yeah,
Fine, you know?
definitely. 100%.
A lot of the time, he encourages me to go out.
Literally no one believes you. But fine.
When I'm in a rut, I don't feel like it.
Yeah,
A lot
sure,
of the
bro.
time.
Are you always in a rut? Like, literally always in a rut?
But
See, this is why...
we're not together. He's video.
See, this is why it's embarrassing. Like, it is just embarrassing because it always has to be like, people like, haha, Salah doesn't want you anywhere near. Actually, well, he's the one who wants me to go out with him. Salah doesn't live it. Actually, he's the one who wanted to live together. Like, if the reaction channel said, the sky is blue, she'd be, well, actually, I think it's pink. If they said, water's good for you, said, actually, people drown. No matter what the reaction channels say, she will say, no, it's actually the exact opposite. And that's why no one buys that you're married, because you always try and claim the exact, everything someone says, you always say, no, it's actually the exact opposite of that.
Chatting me. Excuse me, the whole time.
Sure,
so, or most of the time.
Yeah.
Sending me pictures.
Yeah, the second Salah walks out the front door, he turns on face cam, and he just sits there filming himself walking around, because that's what, you know, normal humans do. Oh, wait, it's literally not at all. Like, this is just her, like, jealous fantasy. This is what she would love a man to do. She would love if she could find a man who, if he wasn't in her line of sight, was filming himself 24/7 to prove to her he's not sleeping with. That is what she would love, because she's fucking mental. Remember, when she wasn't even in a relationship with Nader. She had been with him a couple of times, and he didn't answer her phone, and she live streamed about it like 4 different times. It was the attempted B&E, where she like live streamed about it like 4 different times during the night, made up all these different excuses of why she had to keep getting in contact with him. Oh, I need to return something to him. Oh, well, I have a different phone with a different phone number. I'll try and contact him on that to see if he answers. Oh, he's not answering. Oh, well, actually, I need to go out in the middle of the night to go to the dispensary. Oh, well, guys, I went to the dispensary and I forgot that it closed 6 hours ago. And I just happened to be close to his house, so I just happened to go. She is mental. She is describing her ideal man right now. She wants someone who 24/7 is checking on with, because that's not how people do it. Like, obviously, you people know. I don't need to explain to you. This is not how anyone in the world reacts to, like, being apart for 5 minutes is like constantly FaceTiming each other and sending pictures to update the other side, especially when they've now been in a relationship for nearly a year and a half, apparently.
Pictures when he's somewhere.
No one believes you. You sound nuts.
I've said that a million times, so I guess
Yep.
I'm gonna make that the last time I say that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yep. Eventually people might
I
believe
made
you.
a joke. I was sarcastic because people, haters or reaction channels are always saying, he has more than one wife. He lives in another-
She actually had to do a jump cut, so clearly she got even more triggered than that. I had to refilm that bit.
apartment. But then, like, how can we afford all these apartments and wives? Because you have to provide for your wives. You can't just, like, legally, you can't just marry another wife if you're a broke ass, you know?
Yeah, this is okay. Well, he is a broke ass, and somehow he married you, so like it's surprising. That's based on your logic. This is like I said about the argument thing. Is it's like, well, how can he marry all of us and have so many of us wives? It's like no one thinks he's married to you. That's the point. People don't think he's married to you. But like I said, that's why she always tries to argue as if everyone believes the marriage is real. She always tries to argue as if it's like that when no one buys it.
So, like, you guys really know nothing. You speculate, but you're so wrong on a lot of things.
Bro.
But yeah, they'll say like, he has another wife, blah blah blah.
Well,
and
you burned them.
I'm gonna take it with a grain of salt because rumors are rumors.
Wow.
But just know.
You guys know nothing because people say this and like, you're dumb. I was waiting. I know I shouldn't have. I know I should have learned by now. But I was waiting for her to say anything to slam dunk prove. And it's just like, but you're stupid heads. It's like, oh, okay, thanks. Shot down.
To them, and I was being sarcastic and like, yes, like playing into that.
Sure, bro.
Whatever delusion they have. But there's really nothing there. Big fat nothing burger as usual.
Sure, bro.
You know? I hear a lot of people come to me and say that
how's your visa trips?
Channel has so many dumb conspiracy theories, and whenever they're proven to be not true,
no one
or inconsistent with the truth, people just breeze by it and go for the next conspiracy theory.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's a theory. Well, we haven't got all its information from her, so I think it might be this. Turns out to be wrong. What is meant to happen? Like a public execution? It's a theory. People are guessing random shit about your life because you lie all the time. So people are guessing shit. Just because they guessed wrong doesn't mean something. It's like, oh, well, you're not allowed to get. You've lost your guess privileges. What the fuck?
You know? But yeah,
she sounds
people
nuts.
Every little single thing I say. And it's so weird. I don't know. It's like odd behavior.
Uh-huh.
And people are just not like that here. People are just not weird like that. They don't have that mentality.
What?
Like...
People are just not like that in the Middle East? What? What the fuck is she talking about? Okay, how many Middle Eastern reactors do you know? How many Middle Eastern people do you know? People just aren't like that here in the Middle East. What the fuck is she talking about? Wasn't that Takat or whatever the fuck it was person? She was doing this stuff for something. Didn't they go fucking nuts about her and were insulting how much she ate and how fat she was and all after they fell out? It sounds like they're exactly the same.
Maybe some people, but
she's
I've never
fucking
encountered
nuts.
anyone like that here. And yeah.
So no one knows who you
are
are here.
People are like that in the West, obviously, but I have a lot of awesome followers, and you guys are cool, and I love you guys. But all of the weirdo people who are obsessed with me, and it's like they have.
Are you obsessed with
I don't know
them?
the mentality of people who follow people like that whatsoever. So, anyways,
But you're like obsessed with them. Like you're genuinely obsessed with them. You like randomly during this like video of like I said, it's obviously to poke the bear and try and get attention. But I'm playing off. Let's play off her logic. Her logic. This video is to explain that you're depressed because you're indecisive if you want to go back to Canada to fix your depression. However, you're going back to Canada to live by yourself and not be with Salah anymore. But you know, whatever. It just like the story changes fucking constantly. But somehow during all of that, she has to dedicate like the last third half to just randomly talking about people reacting to her videos online. Somehow. For somehow, that is what this entire thing is now about, and then somehow make it a Middle East versus the West. Somehow, that's what this just became for her. Bro, you're the one who's obsessed with them. Sorry to fucking break it to you, you are. Because you've even admitted that you don't like Yo Mama anymore because he had the fucking audacity to call you out on your behavior. But you still watch him because you dislike people that he insults. So you don't even like Yo Mama anymore, but you still watch him because you hate people so much. You just watch someone you say yourself you dislike just to see him insult people you dislike. Bro, you're in the shit with all of us. You can't talk shit at all.
I guess that's all I have to say. I'm going to continue to work on myself.
Yep,
try to seek help here.
There's 6 more minutes of this.
You know.
Also, FFG's a bitch. Just saying.
So, I mean, Salah's insisting I don't have to worry about.
Sure, bro.
You know, the monetary side of the healthcare.
She doesn't
So I'll
even
just
believe it.
trust in him on that, and
Sure, bro.
I guess that takes away a big stress. And
You know what? The thing is, if this was real, okay, like I said, pretend. We're going to pretend land again. If this was real, and Salah's like, my darling, I have just decided to not buy my 4th yacht this week because I'm so incredibly rich. I will pay for all of your healthcare, even though last time you were complaining constantly about how much healthcare is, even though you've previously said healthcare is super cheap. But you know, whatever. Like, ignore all of the previous stuff. Salah he was so rich that he could easily afford the healthcare, easily buy brand new phones, top of the range phones in cash because he's just such a big baller. You wouldn't need to make this clickbait video and make it 36 minutes long. You wouldn't need to make the last clickbait video and make it 15 minutes long. You wouldn't need to fucking like premiere this one to try and pray that you got fucking super chat. If Salah was so fucking rich, you wouldn't have had to answer the Pete's thing by saying, well, yeah, I can't afford to fly back to Canada because it's very expensive. That kind of shit, if you're such a big baller. Like, I don't know how much it is. I've never looked how much it costs to fly from Canada to Kuwait. Probably a decent amount, like, but shit happens. You know, if you're such a big baller where you can easily afford to just drop, you know, $2,000 just easily on a new phone and then get a new one straight afterwards because who cares? It's so not an issue. He just buys it outright in cash. Then a plane ticket would not be that expensive, especially when she was also the one who was sitting saying, well, actually, I think I'll get business next time so I don't have to deal with the discomfort. Acting like she's a baller and she can afford business class.
And
oh yeah, we're pretty much done here. I think we're gonna skip.
The healthcare I've utilized so far hasn't been, because I like to have my ultimate privacy. I can stay with my mom as long as I want, but like I like to have privacy, you know, and just bed rot in peace. that's what I feel like my life would be like if I go back, just bed rotting even more, you know, because being totally alone, I'm a little afraid of that. I'm a little afraid of how deep a hole I'll dig myself into. I'll just be alone with all of my addictions, nothing else. Anyway. There won't be anyone to tell me no at all for anything.
But Salah orders your... Sorry, I'm just going to jump in here now. But Salah orders all your food for you. Salah goes and buys the groceries and delivers the groceries. Salah takes you out to buy the food. Salah takes you out to the restaurant. Salah, apparently, in your logic, is sitting next door whilst you stuff your face up, your apparently incredibly diabetic face, on nothing but sugar and carbs for your breakfast. Salah's the one who buys chocolate and brings it into the house, in her logic, that causes her to go into massive binges. Salah's the one who gets you Taco Bell, all that kind of shit. You know, but no, like, if you went to Canada by yourself, you'd be alone with your binges with no one to tell you no. Does anyone tell you no? Like, very clearly, no one tells you no. She, even in her own made-up story recently, where she was like claiming that Salah really wanted Indian food in, but she said no because she saw how much it was. And she's like, I'm going to make this food myself because look how much it is. That was apparently Salah being a bad influence on her. She's talking about how, like, because, like, obviously I'm just, like, starting to cut now because it's fucking dull. But she's talking about how the price of life in Kuwait is so much cheaper and so much better because it's so much cheaper. And it's like, a second ago you're talking about how, like, you're, like, a pretty much a baller and, like, you could easily pay for the medical treatments. So, which is it? That you want to stay here because it's so much cheaper, or you're a baller with lots of money and, like, paying for things isn't, like, an issue for you? Okay, guys, yep, skipping all the way to the end here. You didn't really miss much. It was that she wants to stay in the Middle East because you guys just don't understand. I know so many of my fans, they're all Westerners. They don't understand the Middle East like I do. And that was pretty much her explanation of how you don't understand the Middle East like she does. Up making a point randomly that women are free and also don't get stoned. Like, oh, what the fuck? You were going for, like, the most extreme example as, like, don't worry, it's not that. It's like, okay. Like, I don't think any rational person still thinks it is like that in, like, every single Middle Eastern country where everyone just randomly is getting stoned. Like, like, what the fuck? It came out of nowhere. And then, of course, she wants to stay in the Middle East because by staying in the Middle East, it makes her closer to God because she's a Muslim. Guys, I don't know if you'd noticed, but she's a Muslim, so she has to be in the Middle East because that means she's closer to God, because I think God lives in the Middle East. I'm not sure on what the exact ruling is, but apparently God just lives in the Middle East or something like that. But yeah, I think she wanted to try and imply what she said last time. Well, last time when she was doing this storyline, she said she was scared about going back to Canada as a Muslim lady because 20 years ago, a Muslim family were killed by some anti-Islamophobic evil guy, you know? And she used that as justification for why she doesn't want to go back to Canada because she could be murdered as a Muslim person. Yeah, that just pretty much that. Yeah, really, really, Jesus, it was just so lame. That's really the best I have. It's like, wow, that's just so lame, bro. The fact that you tried this hard and failed this hard, like, you know, because you not only, like I said, watch more Amber Lynn shit, learn how she makes a big song and dance about something, doesn't mention it for 3 vlogs, then kind of hints at it, like it's going on in the background, you don't quite know. Watch her stuff and copy her stuff better. That she has this down to your pat, as opposed to like, guys, I'm going back to Canada. Wow, I got 11,000 views. What can I say next to get more views? Guys, I'm actually not going back to Canada. It's like, oh, okay. But you didn't see that coming? No, we all did. Everyone. Everyone. Just, everyone. Okay, guys, that's going to be the end of it. This was fucking silly. Have a good one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.